Hi everyone, and welcome to Inside Bristol. I'm your host Sheridan Nichols, and I've got Martin Darter-White with us today from King University, and he always has an amazing lineup of speakers coming that are, not only great for the students and everybody at King, but the community. Where do we want to start today?
We have two events coming up very quickly in March, and I really do want to encourage community to come out. Both in the morning and the evening, these events are really for Bristol as a whole, not just for our students. And in March, we have two people coming. One is on March 17th. It's a man called Matthew Dickerson. Matthew teaches at Middlebury College in Vermont, where he is professor of computer science. He's going to speak in the morning not on computer science, but on fly fishing. He is a widely published fly fisherman, and he has been on the South Holston many times. And so he's going to come talk about the care of creation as through the lens of fly fishing. In the afternoon at 4:45 at King, he's going to speak about computer science generally, particularly the question whether computers can think, because in the age of AI, that's a live question. And then in the evening, he turns to his other passion, which is J.R.R. Tolkien. He's publishing a new book about Tolkien, and so he's all over the place. All three of these are open. In the evening, he's going to be at Central Presbyterian Church. All those details are at king.edu/events. Okay. He's going to be followed on March the 24th, a week later, by Guy Consolmagno. Guy is the Vatican astronomer. He works partly in Rome and partly in Arizona, and he has been for a long time the director of the Vatican observatories. He's going to talk about some faith and science issues. He's going to talk about the stars, generally speaking. He has a new book called A Jesuit's Guide to Looking at the Stars. Oh, wow. So we're excited about him. He's going to be at St. Anne Catholic Parish in the evening, as well as in the morning at King. So those two are coming up quickly, and then in early April, we have one more speaker for my series and a couple of other events too. For my series, we welcome Gretchen Heisinger. Gretchen is a Microsoft podcaster. She works for Microsoft, and she lives in the West Coast. And she's going to come talk about AI as well as issues of faith and technology more broadly. She's somebody who has thought a lot about these things as well as worked in that industry. So Gretchen will be with us on April 7th. In the morning at King and in the evening at First Baptist Church. Okay. But again, all that is at king.edu/events.
Have you got all that? We've got a very busy schedule now. Fascinating topics, especially when you're bringing in the AI. It's just on everyone's mind.
It is, not just education, but I think it's there for a lot of us. So
that's great.
And I'm also here on behalf of other parts of King. On April the 2nd, we welcome our artist in residence, Aaron Blake. Aaron often sings for the Metropolitan Opera in New York, but he also makes his home partly here in Bristol, and he has been our artist in residence all this year. On April 2nd, he's going to offer a vocal masterclass, and this is for high school students throughout the entire region. Registration is open until March 31st, and if there are students who want to audition, he will have about 3 students on stage for individual instruction as well. All of this is free, and it includes lunch, and it's on Wednesday, April the 2nd for any high school students who are able to join us.
Wow, that's fantastic.
It is, and Aaron will be then jetting off to some other thing. He was just in Nice to sing in an opera there, and he's going to be going back to the Met this fall, so he's all over the place. But he'll be here in Bristol for that. We also have a play coming up, and this is going to be the weekend of April the 5th. There'll be shows Thursday through Sunday, and I am decked out in my Irish tie, not just because of St. Patrick's Day, but because these are Irish plays. Okay. And they're 2 short plays written in the 1930s, and they're going to go kind of back to back. They're both short. And my wife, who is from Northern Ireland, is the dramaturg, so I'm particularly keen on getting people out to this one. Okay. But those will be advertised. They're not up yet, but they'll be advertised on king.edu/events as well.
Great. So always a lot going on at King, but we really appreciate you coming in and kind of filling us in and giving us some highlights. And if you look online too, I know you'll find more things because it's like always something. So you can never say there's not anything to do, because
that's right.
Look on King's website and you'll see and find something. So well, thank you so much
for
joining us, and stay with us. We'll be right back. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm your host Sheridan Nichols, and I've got Logan Dunn with the city's engineering division with us, and he's going to tell us a little bit about some sidewalk projects. So this is exciting. Tell us what's going on downtown.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, as you said, my name is Logan Dunn. I'm a civil engineer, EIT with the City of Bristol, Tennessee. We are doing a curb ramp repair project in downtown and a little bit on MLK Street. There's about a dozen curb ramps that we're either going to be replacing or repairing. This is part of a kind of broader project that will be occurring later on, which is going to be a paving joint effort between the City of Bristol, Tennessee and the City of Bristol, Virginia. But this project right here, we're hoping will kick off in about a month's time.
So do you have a plan of attack? Are you doing all sidewalks at once, or do you just go one to the next? Or
Yes, so we actually contracted out with Taff and Fry, so they'll be the ones completing the work, but they should just start on one end and work their way to the other. So we're hoping to minimize any kind of, traffic issues.
Okay, perfect. And then tell us a little bit about what's different about these sidewalks.
So these specifically are the curb ramps. So we're trying to make sure that they are in compliance with all ADA standards. So that really just is going to improve our accessibility for any of our citizens with any type of mobility challenges, our seniors, in my personal case, kids, parents with small children and strollers, exactly. Trying to wrangle a stroller or a wagon over some of these curb ramps and sidewalks can be a challenge. So hopefully that'll alleviate some of those. It'll also kind of improve just general overall safety, because if you have clear designated curb ramps with a crosswalk, hopefully your pedestrians will be using those, so there won't be as many interactions between cars and the pedestrians.
That's perfect. And so then you mentioned the greater project. So how long do you estimate this sidewalk project taking?
The sidewalk project should hopefully be finished within a few months. The paving project, depending on the weather, it's always up in the air, but we're hoping it will kick off in either the fall or early spring of next year.
Oh, okay, perfect. So lots to look forward to.
Yes, and as far as the City of Bristol side, we're also going to be paving around the MLK area and the Tennessee Middle School. So that should be kicking off no later than July. And then in the long-term forecast, we have a capital improvement project over the next 5 years where the city has set aside funds to improve sidewalks all over the city.
Oh, wow.
So this will hopefully be just the first of many.
So now you'll know what to expect when you see some crews out there. Better sidewalks to come. Well, thank you so much, Logan, for joining us. And don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm your host, Sheridan Nichols, and I've got Denise Bourne with us today, and we've got lots of activities going on at the Senior Center, including one to recognize our Vietnam veterans. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so here at the Senior Center, we wanted to honor those who served and sacrificed during the Vietnam era. So we're recognizing all Vietnam era veterans and their families, and we're actually wanting to invite the community to come as well. So even if you're not a member of the Senior Center and you served or were part of that era, we'd like for you to come and join us. We are holding the event on March 31st at 9 a.m. in our cafeteria. Okay. And we are in partnership with Caris Healthcare.
Oh, nice. Great.
Yeah, they're going to come and do a ceremony, provide pinning or a special commemorative
I love that.
item.
And there's always, if you haven't had a chance to ever check out the Senior Center, this would be the chance now.
It would be, and we would like to invite the veterans to come see what we offer, and maybe they could find other people they've lost touch with, or a supportive group. We have coffee every morning, and a lot of the guys just sit around the table and drink their coffee and talk stories, so it would be a good time to come check it out.
And there really is a lot going on at all times, and if you want to learn a little bit more, you can look on the website, but you can always stop by and pick up a catalog. I know you all put a lot into this catalog.
Yeah, so our new activity guide's coming out for the spring. It's loaded with activities from seniors to youth, and we'd love to come give you a tour if you come in the building and check out what we got.
How old do you have to be to join?
To join the Senior Center, you have to be 50 and up.
Okay, great. And how much is that?
It's free for City of Bristol residents and only $128 for the year for outside the City of Bristol.
That's perfect, Sal. And I know you can see wandering the halls of the senior center, you see a lot of just great community and
Yes.
people always chatting, and it's lively and it's fun. And I know you
Definitely
all
a
feel-
family feel.
It is. It's great. Well, thank you so much. And
Thank
thank you for doing that for our veterans too. Thank you so much for joining us today. We'll see you next time.